Oh, hi, how you all doing? I hope you guys are holding up and hanging in there. Myself, I'm alright. Just ignore however weird I'm looking, alright? This video was a spontaneous one in which my look was nowhere close to being the point. So yes, um, today's video is not a happy one. It's rather a sad video. Unlike my other videos, this is a sad one because lately there's been a lot of gloominess in the air. Literally, people have been so down, so heartbroken, and that's as a result of the recent crash involving the American basketballer Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter, as well as other victims involved. This has left people so traumatized, so heartbroken, and that is totally understandable because I mean, it's sad. It's really sad, and it's okay the fact that some people can process it, but then what shocks me is that some other people feel the need to question or challenge the people that are mourning. Like, you didn't know him on a personal level, so why are you mourning him? He didn't know you on a personal level, so why are you mourning him? You want to mourn more than the bereaved? Really, y'all? Like, when did it become abnormal for us to feel bad for people that are facing a tragic situation as humans? Like, when? I feel like on daily basis we are starting to become immune to being human, to now embracing something that is gradually turning us to robots, because I don't understand why some people feel it is abnormal for people that do not know him on a personal level to mourn. Why wouldn't you? There is a family that is hurting on so many levels. There is a wife that you can't tell her nothing when it comes to the reality of her husband being gone. There is a daughter that is unable to process the fact that there are families that they are victims. Oh my God, like, how can you not feel bad? To be honest, yeah, I hate to acknowledge this, but that's the fact, that's the truth, so I have to speak it. I never knew Kobe Bryant till he died. I hate to acknowledge it, but yes, I never knew him till he died. And as a matter of fact, even LeBron's James, I never knew him up until like a year or two ago when Rihanna or the Shade Room posted about him. And they posted about him because they were applauding him for the good job he had done. I think basically he had built some schools, you know, to offer free education to certain kids of certain communities who didn't have the capacity to afford a certain level of education. So what is my point bringing him in this topic? I'm trying to say that I just knew about him a year or two ago doesn't change the fact that he was a legend. I just knew about him then because he had done something amazing that, you know, people were talking about so much. So of course I got to know about him. In that same effect, I'm bringing in Mr. Bryant. That, you know, as much as I didn't know Mr. Bryant all this while, it doesn't change the fact that this dude was a legend. He was like I think about him now and it just hurts me, even though I didn't know him, because for starters, this is a man that he's been married to one woman for the past 20 years. A lot of times, celebrities, they become superstars, and all of a sudden, the girl they started with is no longer the girl they are hanging on to. But he has had his wife, like he has been with his wife. Like when I'm looking at the biography, it shows he met his wife when he was 21, and I think the wife was 19 or something. I can't remember, but something of that sort. And they've had 4 girls. Now, I watched an interview in which he was being asked how he felt about having 4 girls. And they were asking him how much he was longing to have a boy. He said that he genuinely believed that it takes a real man to make a boy, but then it takes a king to make a princess. Wow. How cool is that? That really captivated me. Yeah, because as a person, I come from Africa. And in Africa, there are other parts of Africa, like certain communities that are still so drowned in a woman having a male child that they've not embraced the fact that it's okay, even if she's having girls. Like, babies are babies. It doesn't matter what sex they are coming in, all right? But some parts of Africa, if you're just having girls, it's like you've not started giving birth, no matter how many kids you've had. Now, I'm watching this dude make the fact that he's only had girls look so noble and so normal, and embracing that so beautifully. It captivated me. Now, facing the reality that such an amazing person died like that, come on, how painful is it? It hurts me. Now I start to imagine how his fans are feeling, the people that knew him from day one and were into his activities. Yeah, because these days you go out, you see fans talking about him and they are so hurt. You come on the internet, you see people writing about him and they are so hurt. You come on YouTube, there's all these amazing things about him, and I'm just feeling like, oh my God, like why? Like, it's sad, it's heartbreaking. And then now there is a wife, a daughter, there is a family that these victims are directly related to them. There is a wife he probably told, okay honey, we are going to link up at dinner, we'll be right back and stuff, and she's waiting for her husband, and then the next minute he's gone. You see him, It is very different. The fact that you have a loved one, they are dying of a deadly disease, maybe they are in their last stage in cancer, you know, you're believing for them to survive it via a miracle, but then low-key, you know, the chances of them surviving it is very slim. So somehow mentally you've low-key made peace with the fact that they might die, as compared to, and even when they die, you're still heartbroken because a part of you was still hoping they can make it via a miracle, but then they die, you are sad, you're hurt, you're crying. Now imagine a person that didn't see their loved one dying, that you spoke to someone an hour ago and the next minute you're being told they are dead. Yes, because some of those victims might have told their relatives or their loved ones that, oh, we are going to be landing at such and such a time, so then we are linking up at such and such a time. The next thing you hear, they are dead. Like that is so traumatizing. It can make somebody run mad. No one deserves that kind of pain. Nobody deserves that level of pain. But there is somebody out there going through that kind of pain. How can your heart not break for that person? How can you not feel bad? Like, what can you tell Mr. Bryant's wife right now? Like, what would you tell that woman to keep her sane? Nothing would make sense at this point. The families of the victims involved, like, what are you going to tell them? When people die like that, yeah, a lot of people die as well. Not physically, but on the inside. Because there are relatives of the victims that, you know, a huge part of them is forever dead. Like, it's not going to heal. They are going to always hurt every now and then. How can your heart not go out to those kind of people? Like, why is it abnormal, the fact that some people are mourning for those people and sending out prayers and good wishes for them? You have to, because some of them would fall apart, and it is totally understandable if they do fall apart. But then you're mourning with them, and the least you can do is send out prayers and good wishes for them, and somebody wants to challenge the fact you're mourning. You're trying to feel for those people. It is very disgraceful, really, to challenge why a person is mourning. And this Kobe Bryant, oh my God, it just breaks my heart thinking about it. There's even another interview of him that I watched here. Matter of fact, I'm going to play it for you guys.
It's likely that you're hearing many personal anecdotes about Kobe Bryant, so here's mine. I met Kobe one time, backstage at an event for ESPN in New York, and I saw him and I thought, oh my gosh, that's Kobe. I got to get a picture for the gram. That's the picture. I didn't get it for a few minutes because as I approached him, he immediately commented on my rather large 8-month pregnant belly. How are you? How close are you? What are you having? A girl, I said, and then he high-fived me. Girls are the best. I asked him for advice on raising girls, seeing as though he quite famously had 3 at the time. And he said, just be grateful that you've been given that gift because girls are amazing. His 3rd daughter, Bianca, was about a year and a half old at the time, so I asked if he wanted more children. And he said that his wife, Vanessa, really wanted to try again for a boy, but was sort of jokingly concerned that it would be another girl. And I was like, 4 girls, are you joking? Like, what would you think? How would you feel? And without hesitation, he said, I would have 5 more girls if I could. I'm a girl dad. When it came to sports, he said that his oldest daughter was an accomplished volleyball player and that the youngest was a toddler, so TBD. But that middle one, he said, that middle one was a monster. She's a beast. She's better than I was at her age. She's got it. That middle one, of course, was Gigi. When I reflect on this tragedy and that half an hour that I spent with Kobe Bryant 2 years ago, I suppose that the only small source of comfort for me is knowing that he died doing what he loved the most, being a dad, being a girl dad.
How touching. I know, right? You can see that from what this woman says, he was such a warm person, very receptive. Like somebody is trying to approach you for a picture. For the most part, some people will just take the picture with you and go their way. But he was like, wow, when are you due? What are you having? Like, he was warm. And such a person is gone. It is painful. There is nothing abnormal about people hurting and mourning this person. It is so sad. It is so heartbreaking. And that's for a me that didn't even know him when he was alive. Upon realizing he is dead and knowing he's this amazing, then you can now imagine how his fans are feeling. You can now imagine how his loved ones, his relatives are feeling. Come on, it is sad. We don't need to know them on a personal level for the heart to not to break. Like it is, anyway, I just hope that we all can come back to being human and just embracing what makes us human, being vulnerable and hurting about someone else somewhere facing a certain level of pain that no human should face, that no one deserves. It's okay that people are mourning. It's okay that people are vulnerable. It's okay the fact, like, let's just stop embracing these things that is turning us to robots. Let's stop normalizing not feeling other people's pain and just come back to putting ourselves in other people's shoes and being happy for them, with them when they're happy, and mourning with them and praying for them when they are sad. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. It's human, like, it's okay.